This is my 5th attempt at making a video about my Rogers invoice or bill for internet. I somehow continue to digress on this topic, so I'm going to narrow it down to just talking about the bill I received in the mail. Anyway, the main point I would like to make is that Rogers is retroactively billing me for previous months of internet service. And to give you the background information, I previously was a customer of Shaw, but because of business between Shaw and Rogers, Rogers has picked up the customers in my area for internet, and Shaw is no longer providing service in this area. I don't know what that's all about. That's between those two companies. But it is the situation I find myself in, that I'm having to switch over to Rogers. What Rogers would really like me to do is to sign up for one of their new plans, and what they'd really like to do is get me to have a digital cable package included in that plan. Currently, I only have internet and phone. I don't want digital cable. I'm going to show you the evidence here to prove my point. It's a little bit methodical and quite honestly boring, but if I'm going to make the accusation that Rogers is retroactively charging me, I should prove it. So that's why I'm going to look at the bills. Okay, so I got essentially 5 pages included in my bill. The last 2 pages deal with my phone bill, and I'm not going to be talking about that. However, I will include that in the video just to make it a complete document. Okay, so looking at the first page, one of 5, it shows at the top the total that they're charging me, which is $198.77 for my internet and phone. And shows my last bill, the balance was $86.73, which was great. I didn't mind paying that. And I did pay it. Now, on pages 2 and 3, they further break down how I'm being charged. Particularly on page 3, they're showing the breakdown of the internet fees associated with my bill. Okay, so I'll just skip to that. Go to page 3. And you can see on this page there's, on regular charges, there's a usage charge. I use a lot of bandwidth. I am on the internet a lot. And so what Rogers has done on this page is they've charged me for usage, overusage in August. Now, in my opinion, if you were going to charge me for overusage, you should have done that in previous months. You should have got me for it already. You should have included that in my previous bills. You can't 3 months later all of a sudden decide you're going to charge me more because you didn't charge me enough the first time for internet usage for August. But that is what they have done here. There is some type of credit. So you're seeing that apparently I had $398 worth of internet usage, and then there's this minus $298, and they're basically giving me a credit because there is some type of cap on how much they can actually, or how much they've agreed to charge you. Okay, that about sums it up. So I've made the point that Rogers is engaging in retroactive billing, and now I've shown you the proof. So my video should really be that simple, and I should end it here. However, I'm going to make an attempt at making a legal argument for why Rogers really shouldn't, or is not legally allowed to do something like that. There were terms and conditions associated with my account when I was with Shaw previously. I don't exactly know what those were. I do understand there was a cap on internet usage even then. That's what they tell me on the phone. How am I to know? I don't have the original terms and conditions. And I guess that's my fault. But so apparently there was over internet usage with Shaw. They just didn't enforce it. So effectively, I did have unlimited internet with Shaw before, but they just never enforced it. That's what Rogers tells me. Is that true? I don't know. But now with Rogers, they're enforcing it, and I'm getting these, what's a good word, exorbitant bills for internet. Okay. When I attempt to call Rogers to deal with this, what I'm told on, mind you, I have to wait 30 or 40 minutes to get through on the line. It's a different issue. I'm told that they will waive what I've been calling retroactive billing, these overusage fees. They'll waive it so long as I agree to enter into a new agreement with regard to telephone, internet, and digital cable TV packages. I don't currently have cable TV. I don't want it. But it doesn't really seem to be an option to not get cable TV, because you're going to end up paying more and getting less value. They're really pushing the digital cable TV package. This is actually part of a bigger problem in Canada, where people aren't watching as much TV and they're watching more things over the internet, particularly Netflix. But I won't digress into that. But it is relevant to what I'm talking about here. Now, the argument that I'm making, I'm just kind of taking a stab at it. I'm not a legal expert. I do have a diploma as a law clerk, not boasting, but I work in construction. But anyway, civil court deals with property and damages and liabilities, and I'd probably go to small claims court if I was to deal with something like this. But I happen to think that retroactive billing goes beyond a civil matter. I think that's probably criminal. And I think that would be contained, somewhere under fraud in the criminal code. Now, I'm not a legal expert. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. So it stands for judicial interpretation to say, based on case law and the criminal code, yeah, that's retroactive billing is fraudulent. So the case stands to be made. I've tried to be mature about this. I'm kind of getting to a conclusion here. But my question to Rogers in general would be, why would you treat your customers like that? I am somebody who has faithfully paid his bills with Shaw, mind you, but has faithfully paid his internet bills without complaint or problem. And now you're going to bully me into trying to get a digital cable package, and you're basically just jacking up my rates? Why would you do that? Your CEOs and your executives, and you're on the board of directors, you make a lot of money. I don't hold that against you. I don't. But I'm pretty sure that your family doesn't have to struggle to pay internet bills, so you don't really know how this feels. Okay, again, not begrudging you for having money. But if you know what it actually feels like to have to come up with money for arbitrary billing, in my opinion, then you know it really hurts. I need a new car battery for my car. And with the amount that they're overcharging me here in retroactive fees, I could probably buy a new car battery. Well, I can probably still buy one anyway. But it hurts. So anyway, Rogers is a big dynamic company. I can't make a blanketed statement about them based upon my little anecdotal situation, so I'll be fair that way. But I'd just like to call the people at Rogers out. So I'm just going to read off the board of directors list, and I would like a response by them. I know that probably wouldn't happen. Who am I? But hey, if I can't talk to you over the phone and I just have the ignorant staff that are operating your telephones at the service desks, then who can I talk to? And that's nothing against the people that work for Rogers. I don't blame them either. But anyway, Alan D. Horn, Guy Laurence, Stephen A. Birch, Thomas Hull, John A. MacDonald, the Honorable David R. Peterson, Loretta Rogers, Melinda Rogers, Charles William David Birchall, John H. Clappison, Philip Lind, Isabel Marcoux, Edward S. Rogers, Martha Rogers, Charles Sirois, and John H. Tory. Interesting that John H. Tory is there. I don't know if he's more of an honorary position in the company, but that is somebody who is on the board of directors list, who is running for mayor of Toronto. So people of Toronto, do you really want a mayor whose company is going to engage in business like this? But John Tory wouldn't deal with my situation, nor should he, but hey, this is your company. Okay, that's my rant. Thank you for listening.